Hi everyone, welcome to Art Club. I'm Miss Liz and it's summer. So that means that Art Club's project this month will be tying in with our Summer Learning Challenge theme, Read, Renew, Repeat. We will be making outdoor decorations using milk jugs that I've been collecting for the last month or two, and we will be decorating them with items that we already have here at the library. So that means that we will be renewing and repeating by creating projects using items that we already have, items that needed a new purpose. So here it is. This is my sample. We will be creating this cute milk jug character. We can hang it in a tree as a way to spice up your yard, or we can add a folded coffee filter into the spout area and add some soil and make it a planter. You can also add a lid to the bottom of the milk jug and put a couple holes in that lid, and it can be a glove holder or a garden tool holder that you can hang in a tree by your garden. I hope we will send a photo of what yours looks like when you're done, because I would love to see how creative you are creating your milk jug character. Let's go ahead and see what's inside our kits. So everybody who registered for the program received this little bag full of items and a milk jug. If you're doing this project from home, you did not register for this program, you can certainly use your own supplies. So first of all, you're going to have a couple of markers. You're going to have some outdoor twine. There's quite a few pieces of this. And you're also going to have some of that twine wound up and put together. This is going to be the twine that you're going to use to hang your piece. So it's not going to be used to add your decorations. It's going to be used for hanging purposes. You're also going to have some large googly eyes. And then you're going to have a bunch of beads and different foam pieces and a straw or two that you can cut up and add onto that outdoor twine. Some things that you might need from home are some glue and a pair of scissors. So you'll really only be using that glue to glue on the googly eyes, and then the scissors you're going to use if you need to trim any of that twine, and you most likely will. All right, so I have cleaned up the milk jugs for you, taken the stickers off, cut off the bottom, and added some hole punches. So we're ready to get started. You can see from the sample here that the beads are tied onto the twine. It's a little tangled. So you're going to want to add that first one and tie a double knot. And then you can just single knot the rest of your things along the way. And then you're also going to want to do a double knot here at the top so it can withstand all that wind out there. I know some of you like to make patterns when you're creating things like this, but it's just meant to be silly and fun. So you don't have to make a pattern. You can add however many beads and items that you like. Doesn't matter if you've only got one purple one like this or, one red one like this. You're just going to be creative, add everything on there, and have fun. Okay, so I just laid my bag here because I noticed my tablecloth is a little busy and you might not be able to see that I'm working with this twine. So go ahead, decide which item you want to have at the bottom. I think I'm going to start with this plastic purple here, this disc, and I'm just going to go ahead and tie a double knot. I didn't leave much space to do that double knot, so I'm going to loosen that up a bit and get a little bit more space on this end so I can go ahead and tie it again. There we go. Nice and tight. So then I think I'm going to put one of my white beads on here. So you'll slide it down, try to decide where you want it. Some of you might want to stack some beads like this and just leave them loose, and then you can tie another thing here, I think that's a good idea. I'm going to try that. So I'm going to use one of my foam pieces. Occasionally, the end of your twine will get frayed. So if you have trouble sticking it through the hole, just take your scissors and trim off a little bit. So I think I'll stop right about there. And now I'm going to tie a knot. I kind of did that a little backwards. Let's see. So I have it here, and then I'm going to tie a knot. That. So I'm going to add a couple more. I'm going to tie this one. I'm not going to let it slide down and land on that foam piece. So here's what I've got so far. And now I think I'll add a straw. So I'm not measuring or anything, but I'm just going to cut a piece of the straw and add it on here. And let it slide through. So it can either slide down and end at a bead here, which is probably a better idea than actually tying around your straw. So I'm going to add another bead. And my tip here is definitely getting frayed, so I'm just going to trim a little bit off, like so. Let's stick it on there. So here is the first string that I'm going to put on my jug. So this is going to be the front of, this is going to be the front of your jug right here. So I'm going to add my first one over here on the side. And this is where we're definitely going to do a double knot so it can withstand all the wind and breezes outside. And there we go. So let's go ahead and put a few more together and check back in just a moment. This one's already frayed a little bit, having a hard time getting it through, so I'm just going to trim off a small portion. So you might have trouble like I'm having. Just take your time. There we go. I finally got it through. Let's see. Just sticking it through that one time made it fray again. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to get it through. Oh, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and tie this one on. I'm going to stop there. I'll make one more. Sometimes you have to twist it a little bit, try to keep it together. If that doesn't work, go ahead and trim it. You can see on mine it's bunching up a little bit right here because it's not sticking together. So I'm going to just trim that. There we go. Always make sure that first one you put on, you double knot. And then you can start stringing everything on there. This is something fun you can make anytime at home. Might even be fun to make one, you know, holiday themed, maybe the 4th of July, if you had some red, white, and blue items around your house that you could decorate with. So I'm just alternating some red and white beads. Now I'm going to add on a foam piece. Right up there. And I think I'll use another piece of straw. There we go. Maybe it needs one more bead on top of the straw to give it a finished look. And again, it's fraying. There we go. So let's go ahead and tie these on. I've got my first two on each side of the character's face. There we go. So next up, we're going to start adding the face. So you can see from our other sample, this one, I kind of made it look like a girl, but you can do anything you want. I've got included that red Sharpie so you could make a mouth and then glue the googly eyes on, and you can make arched eyebrows. You don't have to do eyelashes if you don't want to. You can do eyelashes all the way around. If you want to kind of make your character look a little scary, you could do like a triangle type eyebrow. So maybe I'll do that one with this one. So let's do the googly eyes first, and then let's let them sit, because I think it's easier when you have a visual of the face with the eyes. You can actually see how you want to create those eyebrows and the mouth. So I put a little bit of glue on each googly eye, and then I am going to just apply them right up here. I'm going to hold with my fingers inside the jug and my thumbs on top of the googly eyes, and I'm going to hold that for quite a while. So when you get to that point, just get comfy and hold them in place so they dry nice. I did get a little bit of glue squeezing out, so in a minute I'll probably wipe that off, but it will dry clear, so it shouldn't really be a problem. It looks like The eyes are glued on pretty well. So the first thing I'm going to do is create some eyebrows. I'm going to be making these kind of eyebrows. Gives it a little bit of a scary look, maybe? I don't know. We'll see. There we go. And then I'm going to give some nostrils here. I didn't do that on the other sample, but that one was more cute and friendly looking. All right. And maybe I'll even do a mole. Or freckles. So let's see. Now we'll get out the red Sharpie and it's time to make a mouth. So this is the mouth on the other sample. It's kind of long. So there's not a lot of space. Your mouth is going to be under here, under the nose. So go ahead, get creative. I'm just following along it's kind of like an edge here. Following along there. Let's see. I might try something different and go a little bit lower down here onto the spout just to see how that looks. Maybe make it a little wider. So I'm kind of doing mine upside down. So give me 1 second to take a look at this. Go ahead, fill yours in. There we go. I might be a little silly and try a mustache. Let's see. Not the best, but that's okay. It's just a silly character. Go ahead, add on everything that you want to, and then we'll move on to the next step, which is adding the twine so that we can hang it up. So I'm going to now take the piece that I rolled up together, take the tape off of it. If it's stuck, you can carefully cut it a little bit. open that whole thing up. And what we're going to do, we're going to take the two ends, put them together, and then we're going to put them in half. So here's my two ends. I just went the length of the strings, and I'm going to cut it in half. And then I'm going to take these two edges, and I'm also going to add it up, match it up with the other two edges like this. So there's 4 there. And we're going to cut these. So we're going to end up with 4 pieces of twine the same length. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to tie them on. We're going to tie them on the front 2 circles, the front 2 holes where we already have some string, and then the back 2 holes here. So there's plenty of room. Whoops. Make sure you do a double knot again, especially if you're going to be putting something inside your creation. It's going to need to be nice and sturdy. Here's one. Another double knot. Turn it over. So I don't have anything in the back 2 holes just for time purposes and filming the video, but you will definitely have yours in there. And then another double knot. There. Okay. Next, we're going to take those pieces of twine that we just added on, the long ones, the ones without beads, and we're going to try to get them, try to hold it above so it looks like this part's even, and we're going to hold it like this together, and we're just going to loop it around our hand and pull it through to make a nice secure knot. And there we go. So you can use this part to make a loop. You can tie this around a tree branch. There's many different ways that you could hang this. If you had a hook, you could just hang this right on the hook, and then you could cut this part off. There it is. So I hope you had fun with this project, and thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you soon at the library.